Hi everyone, happy Wednesday. Today we're coming from the Blue Stack Shack, which is opening next week. Today's story is The Little Hedgehog's Big Day. Only a few days to go until you start big school, said Mum. Little Hedgehog smiled. He knew Mum was so excited he pretended he was too, but really his tummy felt full of butterflies. That night Little Hedgehog was too worried to sleep. He kept thinking about how big school would be. Would there be a big table? Would there be a big chair? Would there be a big teacher? In the morning he knew what needed to do. He had to get big, really big, but how? Exercise, said Rabbit. I bounce at least 100 times a day. It makes me strong and my legs long. Rabbit stretched out his big bunny leg and Little Hedgehog compared it to his own. His looked tiny. Oh, and I eat carrots, lots and lots of carrots, Rabbit said before bouncing away. Oh no, said Squirrel. Jumping makes you big and eating nuts, lots of nuts. They make me strong, he said, flexing his muscles. See? He jumped up quickly and dangled from a branch. Little Hedgehog jumped, but there was no way he could reach. Stretching, yawned Badger. I get bigger every time I stretch. Little Hedgehog stretched next to Badger, but it just made him feel even smaller. So Little Hedgehog tried to bounce like a rabbit, jump like a squirrel, and stretch like a badger, but he still didn't feel any bigger. What are you doing? Asked Ant. I need to be big, cried Little Hedgehog, for big school. Why? Said Ant. I'm small, but I can still do lots of things. When he got home, Little Hedgehog ran to find his mum. Do you think I'm ready for big school? He asked her. Well, she replied thoughtfully, let's have a look. She took down a photo album from the shelf. Inside were lots of photos of Little Hedgehog. Just look at all the things you have done already, said Mum proudly. Then Mum showed him an old picture of a little hedgehog with a school cap and a shiny satchel. Goodness, that was my first day at school, said Dad from the doorway. On the first day of school, Little Hedgehog was all ready to go. I look just like you, Dad, he said, smiling. Little Hedgehog went to school and it wasn't so big after all. He took out his book and was just practicing his letters when... You can write! Exclaimed Rabbit and Squirrel. Wow, said Badger. Can you show us? They all asked together. Of course I can, he smiled. I can do lots of things. The end. See you all next week in the shack.